Hey guys, Mr. Bowers coming back to you from your classroom. I'm here, you're not. But hopefully you will be soon. Continuing our math lessons, alright? Another short, sweet video here on scientific notation. Remember, scientific notation is just another way to write a number, right? Taking this number and just writing it a different way. They're equal, they just look different, right? And people use scientific numbers to take really long numbers, not necessarily big numbers. You can have a really long little number, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, and write them shorter, all right? And write them shorter. Typically, they're used for big long numbers, right? But they can be. You can have a long little number, all right? What's the difference between a big number and a little number? A big number is anything from one bigger. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1.25 is a big number. Anything bigger than 1 on the number line. A little number, which we're going to do today, is between 0 and 1. It's not negative. It's not a negative number. It's just a little number. All right? This is where 7th graders get confused because you're going to see what we do. They think they're negative, but they're not. They're just little numbers. All right? So let's do a long little number. Okay? 0.0000019. That is a teeny tiny number. Teeny tiny, right? That is way less than a penny. A penny would have a 1 right here, right? If I would say this number, let's see if we can say it. We always start at the decimal, and we go this way. The first one is tenths. We have 0 tenths, no hundreds, no thousands, no 10,000. 1900 thousandths. 1900 thousandths. Right? 1900 thousandths. If I was to write that as a decimal, I could put 19 over 100,000. Those two are the same number. Right? But we're not doing decimal to fraction yet. Right? That's coming up next, probably. These are called rational numbers. But now, we're doing scientific notation. So let me get rid of that. So we've got 1900 thousandths. 1900 thousandths. And we've got to change it to scientific notation. So remember, it's all about moving that decimal. Scientific notation, we're always going to have times 10, right? And this first number has to be between 1 and 10, right? So now we've got to move that decimal this way to make it a number between 1 and 10. And the trick to it is just keep moving it until you get to a number that's not 0 and put it on the right hand side of it. So our new number is 1.9 times 10. Now remember, big numbers, we just counted how far we moved it. So we moved it 1 spot. 2 spots, 3 spots, 4 spots. We got to count the 1 because we moved it on the other side of the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We moved it 5 spots. Now if we did that in our calculator, or that's like a 1 with 5 zeros, 1.9 times 100,000 is a big number. This is not a big number. The only difference between little numbers and big numbers is the exponent is negative. Remember when we did negative exponents back there? Miss Creasy did the video on it. All negative exponents are between 0 and 1. They're little numbers. They're not negative numbers. If I wanted to make this a negative number, I'd have to put a negative sign in front of both of them. Right? But they're not negative numbers. They are just little bitty numbers. Small numbers between 0 and 1. So this is scientific notation. Same number, 19. What did I say? 1900 thousandths? Yeah, 1900 thousandths. This is the same number written in scientific notation. All right, let's do another one. Let's do another one here. 0.00107. All right, another tiny number. No tens, no hundreds. This is thousands. We got 107 thousandths, right? If I was to write that as a fraction, which we're not, it would be that number, 107 thousandths, right? But we are not not doing that right now. I'm just teaching y'all how to say it, because it's always good to do that. But let's change it into scientific notation. So I know it's a little number. I know it's going to be times 10, and my exponent is going to be negative. Because it's a little number between 0 and 1. Little number. This first number, we got to keep moving this decimal until we make a number between 1 and 10. This number has to be between 1 and 10. So we got to move it until we get to a number that's not 0. And put it on the right hand side of it. So our new number is 1.0. We got to write it all the way out to that 7. Keep writing till you get to a number. There's no more numbers other than, you can have zeros behind it, but write to the last number that's not 0. And then how far did we move it? We moved it 1, 2, 3 places. 1.07 times 10 to the negative 3 power. Same as this decimal. Right? Standard form, scientific notation. Standard or decimal, scientific notation. All right, let's do one more. 0.05. All right? So if we would say this number, there are no tenths, but we have 5 hundredths. That's 5 hundredths. I mean, I'll write it for you. That's 5 hundredths. Right? If you can say it, you can write it. 5 hundredths. Same number, decimal fraction. All right? So let's turn it into scientific notation. I know it's a little number because it's between 0 and 1. So I'm going to have times 10 to the negative something. It's going to be a negative exponent. Now we've got to move that decimal. We keep moving it until we get to a number that's not 0 and put it on the right hand side of it. So our new number is going to be 5. Times 10. How far did we move it? We moved it 2 places to the negative 2 power. Now, I'm not going to get upset if you write 5.0. Because that's the same number too. That 0.0 means nothing. But sometimes you're going to see it this way or this way. Either one is fine. Either one is fine. Do I have that on camera? I think I do. I might have to lower it a little bit. Uh-oh. Do I have to lower it a little bit? Yeah. I got to lower it a little bit. That didn't work. There it is. It'll stay there. It'll stay there. Anyhow, you can see where 5 times 10 to the negative 2 is the same as 5.0 times 10 to the negative 2. All right? Little numbers. Little numbers in scientific notation. One more refresher is, what if I do this number? Is this scientific notation? Hopefully you said no, because this number is less than 1. We've got to make this number between 1 and 10. 0.5 is less than 1. So this is not scientific notation. What if I do 53 times 10 to the negative 4th power? Oh, you might not be able to see that one. Let me do it up here. 53 times 10 to the negative 4th power. This one right here. Would this be scientific notation? Heck no, this number's too big. Way too big. It needs to be between 1 and 10, this first number. This is okay, but this is not. So this is not scientific notation. Alright, I know we're just jumping into the pool here on scientific notation. Don't sweat it. We're going to practice. We're going to keep practice. And you got this video to keep going back to, right? To learn how to do it. So look at the title, video, intro, scientific notation, little numbers. And then if you ever come across a problem like that, you can come back here and check it, right? All right, guys, enough math for today. Bye, sickles.